Global studies can be really challenging to
Hello,
manage.
everyone. Welcome.
And sometimes there are several competing deadlines. There are study startup issues.
As you know,
You might have audits on one project, an inspection on another, monitoring oversight activities on another one. And it really is essential that we have the right tools that can really help us manage our global studies so that we can become the most amazing global study managers that we can be. Global studies can be really challenging
Hello,
to
everyone.
manage.
I am Tengu.
And sometimes there are several
I am
competing
excited
deadlines
to share
globally.
an AI tool
There
that I
are
created
study
will
startup
completely
issues.
transform the way that I
You
run
might
global
have
studies
audits
and
on
also the way
one
that I actually
project,
consult in
an
this
inspection
industry.
on another,
Now, so many
monitoring
wonderful things
oversight
have
activities on
happened,
another one.
and I am
And it
making
really
this
is
as
essential that we
easy
have the right
and
tools
simple.
that can
And I'll
really
go ahead
help
and
us
share my
manage
screen.
our
The
global
tool that I'm
studies
sharing
so that we
today
can
is the
become the
Global
most
Studies
amazing global study
If I can
managers that
say
we
the
can
word,
be. Global Studies Strategy
hello,
Toolbox.
everyone. I
It's
am
an AI
Tengu,
tool
and
and I
created,
am
and everything
excited
is
to
housed
share
on our
an AI
Clinical
tool that I
Operations Strategy
created, which
Toolbox. If you
completely
haven't been
transformed the
there,
way that I run
go
global
check it
studies
out.
and also the way
See
that I
those
actually
tools. They're all
consult
coded
in
for
this
you,
industry.
incredible clinical
Now,
trial
so
managers,
many
global study
wonderful things have
managers,
happened,
portfolio
and
directors,
I
global
am
study lead.
making
So
this
enough said.
as
Okay,
easy
let me dive
and
into
simple.
the
And I'll
global
go ahead and
study
share my
strategies.
screen. The
And
tool that I'm
I would
sharing
highly
today
recommend
is
that you
the
get
Global
an
Studies
ChatGPT account,
if I can
because all
say
the
the
tools
word,
are hosted
Global
on the
Studies
OpenAI's
Strategist Tool.
database.
It's an
So
AI
let's
tool
begin. I will go
that
ahead
I
and share my
created, and
screen.
everything is housed on our Clinical
And
Operations
I will
Strategy
open up
Toolbox. If
the
you haven't been there,
tool.
if you haven't been
Here we
there,
are. Hope you
go
guys can
check
see
it
my
out.
screen. This is my
See those
desktop
tools, they're
version
all
of
coded
my
for you, incredible
ChatGPT
clinical trial
OpenAI.
managers, global study
And I had already
managers,
started playing with
portfolio
our
directors,
global
global
study
study lead.
strategy. There are
So
already a few
enough said,
questions in
okay?
here.
Let me dive
But what I want
into
to
the
say is there are
global
two ways
study
that you can ask a
strategies.
question. You can type it in,
And I would
or you
highly
can speak to
recommend
it.
that you get
I
a
like to speak because I'm
ChatGPT
very
account
conversational.
because all
I'm
the
sure many
tools
of
are
you
hosted
are.
on the
And let me go
OpenAI's
ahead and do that.
database. So let's
Hello.
begin. I will go ahead
We
and share
currently
my
have
screen
a study that we want to set
and
up
I will
in
open up the
LATAM.
tool. Let's
And let me
see.
start with Argentina. What are study startup delays that we most likely will experience? And how can I
Just
best
takes a
work with my
second.
CRO to ensure
None of these
that
videos will be
we
edited.
can actually
We are going
mitigate
to
any
do
risk
it the
and
way that I work on them every
allow our
single day.
sites to be
So
activated as quickly
here
as
we
possible
are.
so that we
Hope you
can
guys
get the
can see my
first
screen.
patient
So this
visit.
is my
So that is the
desktop
question,
version
and
of
I will hit the
my
checkbox,
ChatGPT
and then
OpenAI.
it's going
And I had
to
already started playing
think
with
for a second
our
and
global study
transcribe
strategy.
it
So there
for
are
me.
already a few
And there we
questions in
go.
here.
It's
But
going to
what I
go
want
ahead
to
and
say is there are two ways that
tell
you can
you
ask a question. You
these
can
are
type it
some of
in
the
or you can speak to it. I like to speak because
that
I'm
you
very
can have
conversational. I'm sure many of
in
you are.
Argentina.
And let
For
me
those
go
of you
ahead
who
and
work
do that.
LATAM, we can get very heavy.
Hello.
What I want to
I
say
would
while it's doing
like
this is that strategy is
to
very important now in
understand
this industry.
what could
It's not so
cause a
much about
study
the years
startup
of
delay in
experience. Yes, we have the
Argentina.
years of experience, but
We
how can we
currently
take
have
those years of experience
a
and stretch them out further? And this is what these AI
what
tools
study
do.
should we
They
pick here?
help you
Okay, let
as
me go
a
ahead and
global
do the
study
studies that I
manager or global
really
study
like.
lead. You have those incredible ideas,
Hello.
but then
We
they
currently
actually help
have
you to create
a
strategy
study that we
that
want to
can
set up
make your days a
in
little bit shorter.
LATAM.
So here
And
we
let me
go.
start with
It
Argentina.
also
What
did
are
a sample
study
kickoff
startup
email to the
delays that we most likely
CRO.
will experience?
Yeah, I love it when he
And
does
how
things that
can
I
I
don't
best
expect.
work with my
One of the
CRO
things
to
that
ensure that
are really
we
difficult
can
is
actually
we
mitigate
are
any
always on
risk
emails,
and
right? Corresponding via
allow our
email.
sites
So
to
one
be
of the things
activated
that I
as
like to
quickly
do
as
is I like
possible
to
so
have
that
it
we
set
can
up
get to
email
first
templates for
patient
me.
visit.
So
So
I'll go
that is the
again to
question,
LATAM,
and
and
I
let's
will
ask
hit
the
the
next question.
checkbox,
Hey,
and then it's
I
going
want to
to
have
think for a
an
second
email
and
flow that I can use
basically
as I'm
nothing,
going to be
transcribe it for me.
managing
And
my
there we go.
CRO
It's going to
regarding
go
this
ahead
whole
and
LATAM
tell
setup in
you
Argentina. And I
these are
believe we're going
some
to be
of
setting on
the
Mexico as well. So I would like email
issues that you can
templates and also
have
come up with a strategy for
in
me.
Argentina.
What
And
strategies
for
can
those
you
of you who
come up
work
for me
LATAM, you know it
in
can get
terms of
very
how I
heavy.
can really
What I want to
manage
say
this
while
and
it's doing
push
this is that
timelines
strategy is very important
and
now in
ensure
this
that we are right
industry.
on
It's
track?
not so much
And as
about
you know,
the years of
clinical trials
experience.
can be
Yes, we
really
have the years
complex,
of
as you're
experience,
aware
but
of
how
that. And
can we
Latin
take those
America
years of
most certainly
experience and
has its
stretch
own
them out
nuances.
further?
So how
And
can
this is
you
what
come up with a
these
strategy
AI
for me
tools do.
that I
They
can
help
actually
you
use?
as a global study manager or global study lead. You have those incredible ideas,
And then
but
let's
then
pop it
they
in there.
actually help you to create strategy that can make your days a little bit shorter. So here we go.
go.
It also did a
LATAM
sample
startup
kickoff email to the
oversight strategy.
CRO.
If I had AI
yeah, I
tools
love
in
it
the
when it does
past, I
things that I don't
swear I would not
expect.
have had some
One
of
of the
those
things that I 20-hour
really
days.
difficult is. Guys, we
Yeah,
are
so
always
this
on
is the
emails,
strategy
right?
that it actually
Corresponding via
comes up
email.
with.
So one
But
of the
you can
things that I
always
like to
dive
do is I like
deeper.
to have it
And
set
then
up email templates for me.
most
So I'll go
amazing
again to
question that you
LATAM
can
and let's
ask this
ask the
AI
next
tool,
question.
and this is the last thing I'm going to
Hey,
leave you with
I want
before
to
I explain further
have
about the global study strategy tools. Other
an
things you
email
can do
flow that
is,
I can use
and
as
I'll
I'm
ask
going
it
to be
and you'll hear this.
managing my
If you were
CRO
me and you
regarding this
were
whole
a global
LATAM
study
setup
lead
in Argentina. And I
and you
believe
wanted
we're
to
going to be
come up
setting up
with
Mexico as
a
well. So
strategy
I would
for
like an
Latin
email,
America,
like email
how would
templates,
you
and
go
also
about
come up with a
doing it?
strategy
Who
for
would you
me.
consult?
What
How are you going to
strategies
set up
can you
your
come up
team?
for me
And
in
any other
terms of how
things
I
that you
can
think would
really
be
manage this
beneficial
and push
for me?
timelines
And then revise
and
this,
ensure that we are
everything
right
that
on
you've
track?
just shown me
And as you know,
accordingly.
clinical trials can be really complex, as you're aware of that. And Latin America most certainly has its own nuances. So how can you come up with a strategy for
Okay,
me
while it's popping
that
this
I
up,
can
this is why
actually
I want to
use?
say, this is what I actually want to say regarding the rationale for
And then
asking that
let's pop it
question.
in there.
This AI tool knows everything. So you can ask it, if you were me,
There
how
we
would you go about
go.
this? In fact, let me take it a step
LATAM
further. You can even
Startup
ask it,
Oversight
hey,
Strategy.
I need
If
to
I
ask you
had
some
AI
questions about
tools in the
study setup
past,
in
I
Latin
swear I
America.
would
What are
not
the
have had
best
some of
questions do you
those
think I can ask you that would actually
20-hour
help me do my
days.
work better? Remember, it's
Yeah.
the
So
questions
yeah,
is
so
very
this is the
important. And when I
strategy that
coach
it
and train
actually comes
people,
up
the
with.
thing that
But
I
you can
always
always
drill
dive
is
deeper. And
you've
then
got
the
to drill
most
things. You
amazing
cannot
question
just
that you can
listen to
ask
one
this
answer.
AI tool, and
Take
this
it
is the last
further.
thing I'm going to leave you
Stretch
with
this tool as
before I
much as you
explain
can.
further
So
about
that
the
was
global
my
study
last
strategy
question.
tools. Other things you can
We
do
do
is,
offer
and I'll
coaching.
ask it and
There
you'll
is
hear
group
this.
coaching and there's private
If you were
coaching.
me and
And
you
it's
were
through
a
the
global
coaching that I'm
study
really
lead
able to dig
and you
deeper
wanted to
to
come up
help you to
with
become,
a
again,
strategy for
the most
Latin America,
incredible global study
how would you
manager
go
or
about
global
doing
study
it?
lead
Who would
or
you
a
consult?
portfolio
How are you going to
director. It
set
can
up your
also help you
team?
with budgets,
And
contracts.
any
It
other
can spit
things
out
that you think
PDFs,
would be
Excel spreadsheets.
beneficial
It can create a table
for
for
me.
you.
And then
And we
revise
just want
this,
to
everything that
reduce some
you've
of
just
those
shown me
20-hour work days,
accordingly.
right? I mean, we're just trying to get a life as global study managers or global study leads so that we can at least breathe a little bit. So
Okay,
for
while it's
me,
popping this up, this
these
is
tools
why
have
I
been
want to
important.
say,
Another thing that I
this is
want to
what I would,
mention is that it's
I
actually
actually
helped me
want to
to
say
create
regarding the
a
rationale
whole
for asking that
consulting kind
question.
of ad hoc
This
life where
AI
I
tool knows
now
everything. So
provide
you can
fast
ask
tips
it, if
to
you were me,
investment
how would you
groups.
go about this?
Believe
In fact,
this,
let me take it a step
investment
further. You
groups
can
on
even
clinical
ask it,
trials management
hey,
and all of
I need
that.
to ask you
So
some
that's
questions
something that
about
is also
study
helped me
setup
do.
set
So
up
it's
in
really
Latin America.
streamlined
What are the
everything that I
best
do.
questions do you think that I
Everything
can
is
ask you
quick.
that
It's
would
fast.
actually
If
help
you
me do
need a
my work better?
strategist and you don't
So
need to
remember,
rely
it's the
on
questions are very important. And when I coach and train
mentorship,
people,
which is
the
good.
thing that I
Mentorship is
always
very
drill
good.
is
I know I've
you've
had
got
amazing mentors,
to
I've been amazing
drill
mentors.
things.
Mentorship is good.
You
But I'll
cannot
tell you
just
this,
listen to
if
one
you can
answer.
just speak with your
Take it
mentor
further.
once, and then you have a
Stretch
tool
this
that can
tool
have
as much as
strategy
you
for
can.
you,
So that
you're going
was
to
my
be on the
last
right track.
question.
Thank you for
We
listening. These
do
are
offer
really short
coaching.
demos.
There was
These
group
tools are
coaching
housed
and there's
under our
private
Clinical
coaching.
Operations
And it's
Toolbox
through the coaching that
100X.
I'm really
I
able to
also have
dig
another
deeper
website for
to
those of you who
help
are in
you
the
to
African
become, again,
diaspora. If
the
you're
most
not, you can still
incredible
listen.
global study
And
manager
it's
or
a
global
place
study
where
lead
I
or a
quoted
portfolio
different tools
director.
that
It
can
can
just
also
help
help
you
you with
manage your
budgets,
personal life as
contracts.
well.
It can spit
This is
out
the Clinical
PDFs,
Operations
Excel
Strategy
spreadsheets, can
Toolbox
create a table
channel.
for you.
We are going
And,
to keep on
we just want
and
to
we'll keep adding more
reduce some
tools.
of those
If you
20-hour
have
work days, right?
comments,
I mean,
let me know if
we're
there's
just trying to
something
get a
that you need,
life as
a
global
tool
study
that
managers or global
you're
study
like, you know
leads so that
what,
we can at
Tengu, I'm
least,
struggling in this area and
breathe a
I
little bit. So
really
for
need
me, these
this.
tools have been
Let me
important.
know and
Another thing
see
that I
what we
want to
can do
mention
for
is that
you.
it's actually helped me
And
to
of course, we can
create
always upvote it.
a
If many
whole
of you like the same tool,
consulting
then most
kind of
likely
ad
we will be
hoc
building it. So check out
live
the
where
Clinical
I now
Operations Toolbox.
provide
Check out the
fast tips
links
to
underneath
investment
this
groups.
video.
Believe this,
And I look forward to
investment
seeing
groups on
you in
clinical
the
trials
next
management and
demo.
all
And
of that.
remember,
So
in
that's
this
something that
new
has also
age,
helped me do. So
the
it's really
people who are
streamlined everything that
succeeding
I
are
do.
those who are
Everything is
willing to
quick. It's
enhance their
fast. If you need a
incredible minds
strategist and you
in
don't need
all
to
types of
rely
ways.
on
Because at the end of the day, what are we here for? To
mentorship, which
ensure
is
that we
good.
run
Mentorship is
trials
very
that will
good. I
transform the
shouldn't,
lives
I
of
know I've had
patients
amazing
on
mentors. I've
this
been
beautiful
amazing mentors.
planet.
Mentorship
I
is
will
good.
see you
But
in
I'll
the
tell
next
you this,
demo.
if you can just speak with your mentor once and then you have a tool that can have strategy for you, you're going to be on the right track. Thank you for listening. These are really short demos. These tools are housed under our clinical
Operations Toolbox 100X. I also